Om Namo Narayanaya. Everybody always talks about the great scandalous Kama Sutra, not realizing that the sex stuff is only a part of it. So I thought, let's read the whole thing together. So let us begin. This is the Kama Sutra of Vatsyayana. Part 1, the Vatsyayana Sutra, on the acquisition of Dharma, Artha, and Kama. Man, the period of whose life is 100 years, should practice Dharma, Artha, and Kama at different times, and in such manner that they may harmonize together and not clash in any way. He should acquire learning in his childhood, in his youth and middle age. He should attend to Artha and Kama, and in his old age he should perform Dharma, and thus seek to gain moksha, that is, release from further transmigration. Or, on account of the uncertainty of life, he may practice them at times when they are enjoined to be practiced. But one thing is to be noted: he should lead the life of a religious student until he finishes his education. Dharma is obedience to the command of the Shastra, or holy writ, to do certain things, such as the performance of sacrifices, which are not generally done because they do not belong in this world and produce no visible effect, and not to do other things, such as eating meat, which is often done because it belongs to this world and has visible effects. Dharma should be learnt from the Shruti, the holy writ, and from those conversant with it. Artha is the acquisition of arts, land, gold, cattle, wealth, friends, and whatever. It is further the protection of what is acquired and the increase of what is protected. Artha should be learned from the king's officers and from merchants who may be versed in the ways of commerce. Now, Kama is the enjoyment of appropriate objects by the 5 senses of hearing, feeling, seeing, tasting, and smelling, assisted by the mind together with the soul. The ingredient in this particular contact between the organ of sense and its object, and the consciousness of pleasure which arises from the contact, is called Kama. Kama is to be learned from the Kama Sutra, the aphorisms on love, and from the practice of citizens. When all these 3, Dharma, Artha, and Kama, come together, the former is better than the one which follows it. Dharma is always better than Artha, and Artha is better than Kama. But Artha should always be practiced by the king, for the livelihood of men is to be attained from it only. Again, Kama being the occupation of public women, they should prefer it to the other 2, and these are the exceptions to the general rule. Objection 1. Some learned men say that as Dharma is connected with things not belonging to this world, it is appropriately treated of in a book. And so also is Artha, because it is practiced only by the application of proper means, and the knowledge of those means can only be obtained by study and from books. But Kama, being a thing which is practiced even by the brute creation, and which is to be found everywhere, does not want any work on the subject. Answer: this is not so. Sexual intercourse, being a thing dependent on man and woman, requires the application of proper means by them, and those means are to be learned from the Kama Shastra. The non-application of proper means, which we see in the brute creation, is caused by their being unrestrained, and by the females among them only being fit for sexual intercourse at certain seasons, and no more, and by their intercourse not being preceded by thought of any kind. We shall end there and continue this chapter in another video. I would like to make note that some people may translate Dharma, Artha, and Kama in different ways. I would recommend the book Sanskrit Non-Translatables, which delves into how words have been translated and how they should properly be translated, outside of foreigners who have translated these texts to make them mean things that maybe they do not mean. Also, this text mentions things that are historical. Many of us do not live under a king anymore. So there is some interpretation that may be had to make this text relevant to the current year. That being said, please comment below. We will pick this up in another video. Thank you for watching. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.